On this week's show, I'm delivering the all-new Suzuki S-Presso. SUV-like styling, that is the term used to describe compact cars on their tippy toes. And that's exactly what you get here. Compact dimensions, good ground clearance at 180 millimeters, with the cladding and skid plates on this top spec S edition rounding off the image. I love the front end. This grille adds plenty of character, further enhanced here by the silver detailing. It links the halogen headlights, but noticeable omissions are fog lamps and daytime running lights, cool additions that you will find on the competition. The entire range runs on 14-inch steel wheels with covers, and you get a full-size spare, although the boot space at 239 litres is less than that of both the Go and the class-leading Quid. But legroom is really good, and the rear bench seat does flip forward for additional practicality. The interior is dominated by this mini-like central cluster, only supersized, and this is where you're going to find your basic driver info like speed, fuel economy and fuel range. And just below it, should you spec the GL Plus and above, which you really should, you're going to find this simple to use 7-inch infotainment system with Bluetooth and connectivity for both Apple and Android devices. Our top spec unit adds a reverse camera, although rear parking sensors, aircon and electric windows up front are standard across the entire range. It always takes me some time to find my sweet, comfortable driving spot in these entry-level vehicles, because to be expected at this price point, none of them offer things like a steering wheel that is height and reach adjustable or seats that can be raised and lowered, and I generally like to sit pretty low. But having said that, I know most of you out there like the perched command type driving position, so you're going to be pretty comfortable in your Espresso. What is good though, I mean, I'm 6 foot and I've got no issue in terms of head height, plenty of space, but what has really surprised me in my driving position, the legroom for passengers in the back is actually surprisingly impressive. Really, really cool. Obviously, looking at it visually, the car is higher than it is wider, so you do get that sensation in terms of how the car feels when you're pitching it into a corner. But having said that, it doesn't wallow over the bumps. It really feels like it's well put together. And even, driving at 120 highway speeds, it feels very stable. Also helped by the fact that they've brought it out on 14-inch steel wheels. But what's really impressed me is this 1-litre 3-cylinder engine. It's got 50 kilowatts, 90 Newton meters. Not a lot, but then again, the Espresso doesn't weigh too much. I'm in fourth, up a massive climb here in Port Elizabeth, and I don't need to be going down through the gears. If I put my foot down now, I'm sitting at 65 and I'm still accelerating up this climb. There's a lot of low down punch in each of the gears, so the ratios are really good. Obviously, we are at the coast. For you guys up in Gauteng, you're going to have to be working that 5-speed manual transmission a little bit more. Also cool that they do offer an automated manual transmission in this, and I think, with that trend of people buying down, especially with what's happened now with COVID-19, this isn't necessarily a car that's going to be for a first-time buyer, but more for somebody that's a little bit older, and for them having the comfort of an automatic transmission is certainly something that they're going to appreciate in the traffic. I chatted with Brendan Carpenter, who's the brand marketing manager for Suzuki, a couple of weeks back about this vehicle. It was launched virtually because lockdown had just kicked into place, but I spoke to him more around the safety side of things, because if you recall, when Datsun Go and Renault Quid first came to market, they received a complete media lashing from the motoring journalists because there was no ABS, there was no airbags, and safety just seemed to be something that they didn't really care about. But for Suzuki, they said they've got a minimum safety standard. So they're only going to bring cars to the country that have ABS with EBD, brake force distribution, and a minimum 2 airbags. And that is what you get on the entire Espresso range. But I think what for me is more comforting is knowing that the Espresso is built on their Heart-Tech platform that they use on the Ignis, the Swift, and even the Baleno. So even though this vehicle hasn't been put through a crash test yet, this platform has tried and tested on vehicles that have been massive sales successes globally. What I haven't enjoyed is how the steering tracks. It really kind of gets its mind set in a course, and that's where it stays, instead of naturally realigning to center. And it's a feeling that I had in a previous generation Picanto, and all it ended up being was just a sensitivity setting on the steering. So it's something that takes some getting used to. The response to this car has been nothing short of surprising. Seriously, everyone I've seen has given it like a massive thumbs up. It's been a real conversation starter. Thumbs up or thumbs down for Suzuki? Thumbs up. Thumbs up or thumbs down? You like it? Yeah. Good. Yeah, thumbs up. They love the way it looks and obviously super impressed by the price as well. At 135,000 Rand, the entry-level GL is the most affordable new car on the market, but I recommend going GL Plus at least. That 7-inch infotainment system is a must-have. Suzuki is always frugal and their claimed figures are never far off. My 135-kilometer delivery run return figures are 5.7 litres per 100. What is also cool, besides a 2-year 30,000-kilometer service plan that they all come with standard, they've also boosted their warranty now. You get a 5-year 200,000-kilometer warranty as a special promo on the S-Presso. For more information, you can head to Suzuki South Africa's website or get in touch with the team from Tavcor Auto Sales in Port Elizabeth to book your test drive. But this really is Suzuki doing what Suzuki does best, offering affordable and super reliable motoring. And I think that's why over the last couple of years they really have been the brand on the move here in South Africa. S-Presso has been late to the game, but I think this little package is certainly going to perk things up.